Hey everyone, it's Miss Simmons here. Today I'm going to show you part 1 of creating a scratch art owl. This week we won't get quite to the scratching part, but we're going to get the owl drawn and we're going to start coloring. Now if you look at this owl, this is not the exact owl we're going to do, but it's the process. I'm going to draw a little bit more simple owl because when I did this one it was pretty hard. But if you look, you can see that there are designs scratched into the color. This is done by layering oil pastel on top of crayon. So first we have to draw it and color it with crayons. For your supplies, you're going to need white paper, a pencil, a black marker, and then some kind of crayon. In class, we're going to be using construction paper crayons, but regular crayons work great. I just have all our supplies spread out, and another class is already using the regular crayons. So we'll be doing with construction. And we're going to draw a different owl because I wanted one that if you were working at home, you could print out the instructions for yourself instead of having to wait and watch me draw. So the owl we're going to do is the Easy Owl, which can be found at artprojectsforkids.org. So if you want to print it yourself, you can go and look that up, or you can follow along with me. We're going to start by folding the paper in half vertically, like a hot dog. Like a big hot dog? Okay. Our owl starts at the top of our page with a curve that comes out from the middle. Just like that. And I'm drawing lightly because I'm going to trace it with a black marker later. And then his body comes way down close to the bottom. Just like that. Up at the top, you want to give him some ears. They kind of look like leaves. And right here in the middle, we're going to start his beak. Owls have some nice big round eyes. Now if you are worried about drawing the eyes, you can always find some kind of circle around your house to trace. But I don't think they need to be perfect, because when we add all that oil pastel later, things are going to start to get messy. Okay, next I'm going to put some curves for the wings. And a line coming from the beak to each wing. There's some smaller circles inside the owl's eye. And a little reflection. And then we just need some feet and a branch. The feet are pretty simple. 2 lines. And then you put a zigzag to finish them up. 1, 2. And a zigzag to finish it up. And then just put a little branch coming from behind. Make sure you don't draw through your feet, kind of skipping around. Now, there are more details on the owl in the picture. There's lots of stripes and bumps and curves, but I'm going to leave mine plain because we're going to do all those details when we scratch into it. The most important part about creating scratch art is how you're going to color it. In order to help you see when you're coloring, you may want to trace your drawing with a black marker. It'll help you not lose your lines when you start getting all that color on there. Now, if you are really a perfectionist and really want to keep your paper neat and clean, when you finish tracing, you can take an eraser and go over and polish up any of the pencil lines that are still showing through. But for this project, because we are going to be covering it in color and oil pastel, I'm just going to leave my extra pencil lines. They're going to get hidden behind everything. Alright, now the next step is the coloring. This is the really important part. You have to make sure you do it the right way. You can use whatever colors you want. And you don't need your colors to really make a lot of sense right now. The colors that make sense are going to go on the top. So for example, I might go down my branch with a yellow, but when I color it, I have to press down hard with my crayon. And I have to make sure that I don't leave any white space showing. I want to color it really good and dark. This is where I'm going to leave you off today. I want you to take your crayons and color your whole owl and the branch. You do not have to color the background. We're going to paint our background. But I want you to really make sure when you're coloring that it's smooth and dark. You don't want your colors to be light. You don't want to be able to see any of the white paper showing through. So I'm kind of pressing really hard, which is probably why my camera might be shaking a little bit, because I want to make sure I have a solid layer of crayon, because the wax from the crayon is what's going to help make it easy for us to scratch. You can pick any colors that you want. They don't need to be tidy or neat or make any sense. I'm going to use a pink for my feet. It's kind of an orangey pink. But you're going to color the whole thing. And you want it to be really dark. Now with crayons, when they start to get thick, it might start to pick some of the color back up. That's okay. That is just fine. Okay, so take your time, color your whole owl, and then check back next week for part 2, where I show you how to put the oil pastel on and scratch it off to make really fun designs. And then we'll finish up by painting it. Have a great Gator Day.